Hey, welcome back to the HBC Shopping Channel. Next up on the block, vacuum cleaners. That's right, $49.99 will get you an industrial grade vacuum cleaner plus attachments. Hey, no, we're just kidding.
4 payments.
4 easy payments of $1.99. That's right, yes. Hey, no, it's our Sunday school lesson, children. That's right, children's Sunday school. Woo!
Yeah!
I don't know what week we're on, but it'd be Sunday, okay? Sunday.
We're on week question mark, question mark, question mark.
And then you got to divide them down by tens, by ones, and then multiply and divide and all
Carry
that
the 2.
Yeah. But you got Steve and you got me tonight. Hey, we're talking about Joseph and his brothers and sister. I said sister because he only had one. But he had brothers. Oh, did he have some brothers. So we're going to learn what his family did to him. And as you listen to Steve read the story, think in your mind, have I ever done something like this? Have I ever felt this way? I know I got upset when I was a little kid and somebody took my toy. Yeah. So
Ran off with your big wheel.
I did. Ran off of them. They were paddling. I was running and I couldn't catch them. I wobbled a little bit. So
Had a bad tire.
yeah. Yeah. But before we get to the lesson, you know how we started? We got to say our unit verse. It comes from Psalms 139:14. I will praise thee, for I am fearful and wonderful made, marvelous in thy works, and that my soul knoweth right well. Psalms 139:14. Y'all should be good at that by now because we've been saying that for a long time. Yeah, Psalms.
Couple days.
Couple of days, somewhere in there. Psalms is in the middle of your Bible. But that's our unit verse we say over and over and over every week. But we have a weekly Bible verse.
Tell me no.
Yes, we do. A weekly. It comes from the Philippines.
How often do we do that one?
Weekly.
Every 7 days?
7. Whenever this video airs, we do it. Yes. But it comes from the Philippines. No, that's not right. Philippians. I'm
Close.
sorry. I was close. Close.
Missed it by a few letters.
Missed it. Chapter 2, verse 4. Everyone should look not to his own interest, but rather to the interest of others. That's Philippians chapter 2, verse 4. So, we're going to learn about not Jesus, we already know about Jesus. We're going to learn about Joseph tonight. And Steve's going to read our lesson to us.
Jacob had 12 sons, but he loved his son Joseph. He loved his son Joseph the most. When Joseph's brothers saw how much Jacob loved Joseph, they hated him. One day, Joseph's brothers were away watching their father's flocks when they saw Joseph coming in the distance. They immediately began to plot against him. "Let's throw Joseph in a pit," said the oldest brother Reuben. When Joseph arrived, they stripped off his colorful robe and threw him into a pit. Later, a trader caravan came by. The brothers sold Joseph to the traders for 20 pieces of silver, and the traders took Joseph to Egypt. The brothers sent Joseph's robe to their father, Jacob. He recognized it and thought that a wild animal had killed Joseph. Many years passed, and Joseph was thrown into prison because someone told a lie about him. Later, Joseph explained the dreams of Pharaoh, the king. Pharaoh made Joseph a ruler in Egypt. He stored up food for the people of Egypt so he could survive a famine. During the famine, Jacob learned that there was grain in Egypt. He said to his sons, "Go down there and buy food so that we will live." Jacob did not allow his youngest son Benjamin to go, so 10 of Jacob's sons traveled to Egypt. When they came to the man in charge, they bowed down before him. The brothers did not realize that the man was actually Joseph, their brother. Even though Joseph recognized them, he did not reveal who he was right away. Instead, he sent them home and ordered them to come back with Benjamin. The next time Jacob's son returned to Egypt, they brought Benjamin and came before the man in charge once again. This time, when Joseph saw his youngest brother, he could no longer remain calm. He cried and said, "I am Joseph, your brother, the one you sold into Egypt." When Joseph's brother heard the news, they were terrified. Joseph comforted them and said, Don't be worried or angry with yourselves for selling me. It was God who sent me ahead and saved lives during the famine. It was God who gave me favor to Pharaoh and all of Egypt." Then Joseph threw his arms around Benjamin, and they wept together. Joseph promised to take care of his brothers and father Jacob from that day forward.
Joseph, we learned about Joseph and father Jacob. So kids, you need to go to your parents and you need to ask them, have you ever heard the song, "We Are Family"? It was a popular song back in the 70s and 80s. It goes, "We are family, na brothers and sisters, and you and me," something like that.
Break it down.
That's it. But ironically, the song is about sisters and sung by women, but it was wrote by two men.
What?
Yeah, I know, it's confusing, isn't it? This song was about united family and invites all those listening to celebrate and sing along. So did Joseph have a united family? I don't think so. I don't think a united family.
He didn't have a hit song, I know that much.
He did not. I don't think a united family would throw you in a pit and then sell you for 20 silvers. You know, Joseph's family was large, 11 brothers, but he only had one sister. I got one sister. That's all I got.
That's all I got.
Just
That's
one
all
sister.
I want. I don't want no more sisters.
I don't want 11 brothers, I don't think. Joseph was a tattletale. Hey, are you a tattletale out there where you go tell on everything? I do. I tell on everything. My boys get in trouble, I'm standing in the background going, "Ooh, they in trouble." And then my wife yells at me, so I go running.
You get grounded.
I do. I get grounded. I do.
Get sent to your room. No dinner.
No dinner.
That's crazy.
They don't pick her clothes up. I tell on them. I say, "He did it. He did it." So, no, Joseph was a tattletale, but you know his dad loved him. He loved him the most. He gave him this big old nice coat of colors and all that. Well, Joseph's brothers and sister got really angry. They were upset.
How angry were they?
They were really, really angry. So they come up with this plot while they were out in the field. They were going to throw him in a pit, and then they were going to sell him. So they did. They threw him in a pit. They made him bleed a little bit. They rubbed the blood all over his coat. And then they sold him for 20 pieces to a traveling caravan. If you don't know what that is, that's one guy with a camel. And he's got big trinkets and stuff and all that he sells and trades and all that. He just walks around the earth doing that. I think they still got people that do that a lot now.
Wait till the 46 yard sale.
That's it, yes. That's a traveling caravan there. But the guy that they sold him to, he took Joseph to Egypt. And while Joseph was in Egypt, he became somebody of importance. He was over all the food distribution. You know, he stockpiled food because he knew that there was going to be hard times in the future. So he stockpiled food so everybody could eat. Well, what happened to Joseph's family? They ran out of food. Have you ever went out without food? No bread, no milk, you know that? When it snows and ice is over, I don't got no milk and bread.
See, if you go out when James Spann says go,
take the coat off, you got to go get that.
Run on down to the store, get you some bread and milk, and you're good.
You're good. So you can dip your bread in the milk and eat it. I don't understand milk and bread when it snows and ice, but okay. So Joseph's over the food, and Jacob sends his other kids to go get some food because they ran out. Well, they don't recognize Joseph, but they bow down at his feet and say, "Hey, we need some food. We're in hard times. We're out. Can you give us some?" Joseph knew who they were. He knew that they were his brothers and sisters, but he didn't say anything. He said, "Sure, I'll give you some food," and all that. So they took it back. They ate on it for a little bit, and they ran out again. So the dad sent them back for some more food. But this time, Joseph said, "You know what? I'm your brother. I'm the one you threw in the pit. I'm the one that you sold to me. Stand up. God has told me how to rectify your situation that you'll never run out of food again." He wasn't angry with them. He wasn't mad. He wasn't upset. He could have said no the first time and never gave them any food, but he didn't. You know, he was a humble man. He helped them out, and this time he wanted them to know exactly who he was so he could help out and make the problem go away so they could have food. Well, you know what time it is during the lesson since we learned about Joseph and all his kids and Jacob, the dad. It's game time. That's
Game
right.
time.
Yeah, game time. Woo, all right. Why did Joseph's brothers hate him?
Because they took all his toys.
That's right, all them
Wouldn't let him
toys.
play any reindeer games.
No reindeer games for him. Their little red nose and all that. No reindeer games. One foggy Christmas Eve. No. Jacob loved Joseph the most. Jacob's the dad. He loved Joseph, which was one out of 12 kids. He loved him the most. That's why everybody hated him. What did the brothers do with Joseph?
Put him on eBay.
Well, I was going to say purple nurple. But, or wet willy, leave it in the ear. But no, they threw him in a pit and sold him. They sold him for 20 silver pieces to a guy on a camel. It was a traveling salesman. He was selling vacuum cleaners, and they sold a human being. Now, that's what they did to him. They threw him in a pit. But you remember they put blood all over the coat, and then they sent it back to the dad. What did the brothers do with Joseph's robe? I think I just answered this question, so everybody should know. They put blood all over it.
Everybody gets points for that one.
That's right. Hey, me. Woo. So they put blood all over it, and they sent it back to the dad, Jacob. So he would get upset. He would get mad. He would wonder what happened to him. Why did Jacob send his sons to Egypt?
To update Google Maps.
That is correct. They did not have an updated map for Egypt. They needed to know where the sand dune was. And Dune 1, Dune 2. So they had to go update the map. There's something about the sewer lines and the water lines were not flowing correctly.
They must have not had that guy from Heflin.
I don't think they did. So, no, they went to buy grain because they were out of food. So they had to go buy some food. And what happened? Joseph had stored enough food to feed everybody. So they had to go buy some grain. What happened the first time the brothers arrived in Egypt?
They took their iPhone and used the face recognition thing to see if it was him. No.
No, I was going to say they ordered Uber Eats.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, from Chick-fil-A, the Holy Chicken.
The Holy
They had to have some
Baptist
chicken.
bird.
That's right. No, Joseph recognized his brothers, but they did not recognize him. So he didn't say anything. He ordered them, he recognized them. He ordered them to come back with Benjamin. So they had to go get the youngest one and bring Benjamin. So they had to bring them back and all that. But Joseph didn't say, hey, I'm your brother. He just let them do that, and they gave them the grain and sent them all back home. What happened the second time the brothers arrived in Egypt?
He told them, hey, I'm your brother.
He did. It was family reunion. Potato salad and coleslaw came out on that one. Yeah. He did. He said, hey, I'm your brother. I'm the one you threw in the pit. I'm the one that you sold. I'm here now. I want to help you. I want to clear up the problem. God has spoken to me. I know how to rectify it. You will not go without food. So he wasn't angry with them. He wasn't mad with them. He wasn't upset with them. He wanted to be part of the family. You think they gave him a big old hug when he told them all that?
One of them.
I can't breathe hugs. Yeah, you squeeze and squeeze and squeeze because you ain't seen them in a long time. I believe the whole family hugged like that. So that's all the questions, and that's our lesson. So we learned about Joseph, we learned about Jacob, and how many? 11? And one sister.
One sister.
Yeah. So until next week.
Hey,
Wait a minute. What?
we're done with this book.
I don't have a book. I lost.
We're
mine.
done with your sheets.
We're done with my paper.
So if you don't have your books, either come by the church or call the church and we will try and get them to you.
We'll mail them.
I'm not giving it to Michael because he'll lose it.
Yeah, don't give it to me. We'll mail them to you. Yeah, Big Bird at Sesame Street.
.com.
.com. That's where we ship them to. So until next week.
See ya.